mean, hey, if you're going to replace him, same job. Let's see if you can do better or not.
Yep.
As they have quite the challenge in front of them. Lowkey versus Demise game 1. Here we go.
Still going double Brella, by the way. So maybe the double Brella wasn't actually a counter pick when we saw them pick it earlier in pools. Maybe it was it's simply what they are, actually playing right now. The one is being pressured by the Slotcher. He's going to have to jump out, and that is going to be opening advantage for Demise. So maybe a little bit opposed to what we expected coming into this. But Lowkey seems to be doing a 5-job defending, forcing some kind of baller situation there. I'm not exactly sure how he got taken out, but he did get taken out before the animation was complete. Is he going to be taken out as well? So that is going to be a full-blown successful defense for Lowkey. And they are going to take out these reinforcements, or at least some of them, enough for Lowkey definitely to kind of get some map control going on right now. Morsa pushing up over here to the left,
forcing a jump out.
Yep.
And that's going to be a Ray right now to stop the push from Lowkey, and that's going to be actually a couple going down from Lowkey there.
Yeah, right. As soon as they get back to neutral, that happens, huh?
Yep. But Lowkey still keeping. Or my bad, Demise keeping the push going now. They're trying to get back on offense, and that's going to be 2 going down for them, though. Zig finds Gamer behind him, though, so not the end of the world yet. They're keeping the tower in this position, trying to mount this offense. Now a Booyah Bomb coming out, so good job staying alive while their teammates came back to them here on the tower. And now the pro going down from Lowkey's side. Finally, Zig gets taken out after a good stand there, but tower still moving. Lowkey is in a bit of trouble now.
Ooh, the one making sure that Raziel does not get away, and that's the situation right there. So nice save right there. Going to stop the tower at 54. So right now, Demise is definitely displaying dominance, right? But their score isn't the greatest. So we could be looking at this play out such that Demise kind of dominates for a while, but doesn't get the points, and when Lowkey gets their opportunity, they do. That could definitely happen. Now we see a completely depleted Demise at this point. Specialist got burnt, everybody went down, it's a full wipe. Tower's in the middle enough. Lowkey is definitely getting something started right now. The heavy gamer has Stingray, which is going to start being used now. Looks like on the right side, just off our screen, we have some Demise member coming in for the defense, almost at that 54-point mark. So let's see how this ends up going. Lots of specials being used. Tension with the baller is going to push up. The one still staying alive and has teammates getting close to reinforce. So this looks like it's not the end of the push. And we still we still see Lowkey pushing right now, and basically this is kind of what we almost expected, right? Like we expected that Lowkey, when given the opportunity to push, may very well be able to push past that 54-point mark, and that is what happens. Right now we see Raziel ready with the Stingray, doing the smart thing and trying to hunt down Gamer while his teammates can push tower. His Stingray does run out. The one is still on tower, but he is going to get combined fired from multiple people, and that is going to be the end of that push. Definitely, this is a dead push. Even if Misa gets a pick here, I don't really know how capable he would be of doing much more. It seems like he's not. So Demise is going to be able to take control. They are being able to get some specials. 3v3 situations, they do have this, the means to push. Let's see what happens though, because tower control, especially on this map, takes a long time to push. Using specials once is not going to be enough. So Demise is going to have to do more than that, and it seems like they are. Zig right here with the pick, he's going to be able to open up a pathway for his team to start pushing over here to the left side of the map. He has Booyah Bomb at the ready. Stingray goes off. Baller goes off. Booyah Bomb goes off. Complete dumping of resources into making this push happen. Seems like it's going to work out for them for now, but will be enough for later. They still have plenty of points left to go. Morsa and Tension trade on one side of the map. Stingray puts a damper on the push. Actually takes out DJ too. Did not expect him to really commit to riding the tower in that way, but it seems to work out for them. Demise pushing really far. 3v2 situation. Raziel still on tower. We're at the second checkpoint, and that is going to be enough points. So the one also getting taken down. Misa get taken down. Lowkey kind of desperately jumping in. Shield gets stripped. Baller does things, kills, deaths, and the game over knockout. So, wow. Demise definitely showing that despite being a little bit shaky earlier when it comes to how well they were able to fend off some of those other teams. Man, they when presented with a challenge, they were able to more than rise to it. So that is going to be game 1, tower control on Chronic Pit. And honestly, I mean, I don't think any of us really, if we had to put money on one team or the other winning, we would have picked Demise just because of how shaky their pools run was. But man, that game 1 was solid. That was a very convincing game 1 from them. So we'll see how Lowkey is able to respond. And I mean, they were playing well. You know, they had that defense against Demise for a really long time. They had the better push. I mean, they pushed it to 18. Like, 18 is really good. Tic Tac DM me. You think it's going to be about the Twitter stuff? Let's see. Oh. Tic Tac wants to sub in. Now, I'm not the host right now, but I'm going to try to DM the one. Either they can DC in the lobby. I told the one. Yep. All right. Cool. Good. No problems there. Make sure I get the password right. So we're gonna pop that back open. Gonna get that going again. Tic Tac gonna be subbing in. Got the password. Awesome. I'm glad you guys can hear my keyboard being nice and loud as I talk to these players. And yeah, let's get into the game. So, anyway, Muscle Forge Rainmaker. If it's not Muscle Forge Rainmaker, that means I forgot wrong, and that's a little funny and awkward. But yeah, Muscle Forge Rainmaker, definitely a really fast-paced map and mode. I really like it. Defense can sometimes be kind of hard to break. You know, a lot of access to explosives and all kinds of spam and all kinds of this, that, and the other. It makes it really hard to push, right? Because you're looking at a choke point, which would be if you're defending to your left side, that it's pretty easy to make kill damage bad happen for the enemy team. They're trying to get through there, but it seems like it's really easy to get to that point, right? So there are a lot of pushes that take place on this map that are easy to defend. I think that's the best way that I can describe it. It seems like teams are almost always pushing. Neutral doesn't seem to happen that often, but the pushes don't necessarily need to lead to knockouts, right? So what ends up happening is a lot of opportunities for both teams to make something happen, and a lot of opportunities for teams to make a mistake. So it tends to be a pretty high action game mode that doesn't lead to just like brain dead knockouts, and that's why I like it. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. These are two fast-paced, aggressive teams. I expect a lot of good things out of them. These are all really strong players that I know well. So we'll have to see what happens. Sorry, 1 second. I have to invite Mr. Hey Arbot to the screen share. Slimy has an important call. Slimy is a
hello? I'm a what?
Man. Oh, I was gonna say you're a grown arse man. I was gonna say the other word and then say it's not cursing if you're referring to a donkey, but
anyways,
I don't think everyone here watches Crash Course.
I'm back.
They might not get that reference. All right, cool. Slimy is back. So yeah, dude. All right, so we had a crazy game 1. I know you were phone call. So yeah, Demise had like some weak pushes at the start, and Lowkey pushed to 18, and then Demise answered back with a knockout. In a fashion that wasn't quite expected. I know that we were talking about how they haven't really been performing that well this tournament, and we think that a team like Lowkey might give them insurmountable problems. Considering how they've been performing so far. That all being said, Lowkey with a huge push to 37. Now this is what we talked about. This is where the Rainmaker tends to get. 15, relatively good push. Lowkey members still alive. They're able to pick it up. Are they able to knock it out? No, they're able to get it to 8. Demise members still going down, though. This is
still
really,
a 2v2.
Yeah, this is a really strong push compared to what one would expect to come from the start of one of these games. The one trying to use his Umbrella Shield to get something cheeky going on. That Rainmaker steal is gonna,
Yep, they snatch it and take it away and potentially save the game there. That's exactly what they needed. And now Demise on a bit of an offensive. Tic-Tac rushing down the spot lane here. Only able to trade, though, with Gamer, as that's going to be 2 down for Demise side with the Rainmaker in their hands.
Yeah, so I know you weren't here for the first one, but this is sort of a similar situation to what we saw in Game 1. We saw Lowkey, dominating early on, and then we saw Demise answering back with the game-winning push. So let's see if we see a repeat of history, as right now Demise is going to be pushing really hard. They're going to try to take mid, 3v2 situation. Now they're moving the Rainmaker, and they're going to be doing their best Lowkey impression as they push this Rainmaker. Now, early Stingray is going to slow it down, but if they can stay alive and keep pushing, then they can get it into a good position too.
Yep. And Baller and Bweebomb going to be coming out here to aid this offensive push here.
Nice play by
using the Bweebomb just to stay alive and get that Rainmaker pop. He's really maneuvering around here, but finally getting taken out by Gamer and the brother there. As Gamer also being able to take off tension, so a good 2-piece there coming out, and that's going to really reset it back to neutral here for Lowkey, which is great for them. Still 2.5 minutes, though. Of course, obviously, Demise, they just showed they are not scared of numbers, and that number 8 does not scare them.
Oh, no.
They will absolutely rise to the occasion and push it all the way to knockout if they so choose. But Lowkey's going to be doing their best to defend it, maybe even go for their own push of their own, because I don't think they want to take chances after that.
Well, what we were talking about before you hop back on was how this map tends to have a lot of pushes, but they don't necessarily go to knockout. That opening push by Lowkey was kind of abnormally good, right? So, and I expect Demise to be able to have a couple more opportunities to push, because this map just tends to play out like that. But man, 8 is or 7 in this case is a pretty tall order.
It is.
It's I completely have confidence in their ability to have a push or two coming up, probably 2.
But how far can they drag out?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't quite have the confidence in 7 points, but we'll see. The last game, it was that exact situation where it's no way Demise is pushing past 18 in the last minute of the game, and it was oh look, we knocked it out. So
and it's especially when Lowkey's been running this double Umbrella comp, and how do you really get past 2 Umbrellas on the routes you have to push a Rainmaker on this map? Those are pretty thin, street kind of
it's that choke
points. Yeah. How do you get past that double Umbrella? How do you get past with a Stingray in the back, with Bomb Rush coming out, things like that, missiles?
Well, Demise is using Stingray right now. Misa's getting pushed down, so Demise kind of has to. Or I'm sorry. Oh, this is Lowkey that's pushing. Sorry, not Demise. I was gonna say Lowkey does not look in position to defend. It's because they're not.
Lowkey is trying to push as much as they can, as long as they're. If they're pushing, then obviously Demise isn't. So if they're preventing Demise to even have the opportunity to push, then that's even more for them. Because obviously with Demise making that crazy knockout comeback, Lowkey does not want to take the chances. So any offense they can mount will just be even more beneficial. And not only that, it delays time for Demise. But speaking of time, down with 15 seconds left, we're coming on another push opportunity. The Stingray going to come out, but that is the only special Lowkey has here in the 3v3 situation. And Misa coming through here, I think, just gets that double kill, running up on the sniper too on Raziel.
Oh, nice.
And he's able to take him out. So great strong play from Misa to close out that game. And it's now 1-1.
Yeah, a 1-game-1. This is exactly what we want to see out of a match of this caliber. I mean, Lowkey versus Demise, like I said, these are the 2 teams expected to win it. Having to fight early on because they did not perform to what they wanted to in pools. And man, Misa right there popping off. We talked about the Brellas, but Misa getting those kills as well. So just really good play from Lowkey, and the ability for the ones that aren't supposed to be slaying that much to also slay that much is gonna lead to these big wins. And speaking of slaying, we are about to watch Clan Blitz on Mako Mart. This map can be really nutty, man. It is hard to stop pushes. Everybody's forced to just dive in and fight. You got to have a lot of self-control to be able to make sure that you are going in at the right times, that you're not defending from the basket. You know, you're sweeping it from the sides on defense here. It's very hard to defend. And because it's very hard to defend, it's really easy to go on offense, really easy to get up in the enemy team's face, to threaten to throw in clams, to kind of flank around, to kind of swim around in mid. It's just the placement of the baskets on this map is really difficult to deal with as a defender, and that's why you can expect to see a lot of action going on in this upcoming match, especially when it's Demise versus Lowkey. I'm
really excited to see Lowkey here because I think that the double Brella comp they've been running can be really strong. Well, they're going to be going 10, right? You think they're going to be good 10 in undercover Brella? Honestly, I don't even think they need to here. I think regular Brella and Kensa could work, but I mean 10's still an option. It's on the table, I'm sure. The one usually pushes them to make the meta choices when it comes to things like that, so I think that we might still see the 10th umbrella because of how ridiculous it is here. Also, I mean, well, DJ has been going mini, so I guess, you know, a hammer isn't out of the question to deal with vanilla 10 umbrella, but yeah, I guess you have to see. I mean, and you are right that that it really comes down to slaying, and they don't necessarily need to make a decision like that. I just really can't wait to see how they use the brother here, because I think if you can get around that, you know, the kind of that right side to the right of the basket and near and up to that like court area that leads up to the spawn, I think either one of the brellas going there can just put so much pressure on because it'll be hard to deal with, and we do see the tent, so that is a cool option here. But I just think that it's a really I think Lowkey has a lot of potential here, but obviously Demise, you can't count him out. How do you feel with this comp that Demise is running versus Lowkey here on this map?
Well, it doesn't quite fall into the you know, quad shooter versus a bunch of Brellas trap. You don't see much to deal with the 10th umbrella, and that is a little bit of an issue. 10 umbrella can be really strong in Clan Blitz and really strong on this map. You know, displayed options to do things like pick 96 to pick you know, Kensa Mini. Those are all things that we expect. Well, look at that. See, the one, you know, 10 umbrella bubbles, shield, power clan, I press button, 20 points. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Yep, and it's up to Demise to really just outslay and outmaneuver. But the problem is, like, it's sometimes so hard to get away from the 10 umbrella. You know, one way to deal with it is to get away from it, right? But
on this map, you don't necessarily have that many options. It's nice stuff coming out from Azio there.
Yeah, so you can blow the one away by taking his leg off so hard his entire body explodes. That'll do it too. And Tic Tac survives that Booyah Bomb
with his own Booyah Bomb. So smart counterplay there. He knows just what that special does. But can they take the lead on this push?
Doesn't seem it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. DJ coming out with that last claim, and he's going to say,
unless they knock it out, like, we're going to see more out of it.
Oh, wow. Tic Tac,
you
being
nerd.
a bit preemptive on the football throw. That could have been down to 24, but DJ brings it all the way home, and Tension's trying to sneak in himself. I think it's finally over, but let me not speak too soon, because
they're gonna ask me to host after this again. Watch.
That was just never ending. Like, we saw, I mean, wow, just one after another. If Tic Tac didn't miss that clam, I feel like we would have had an even longer push there, because he wouldn't have had to sacrifice his life for it. But I mean, hey, and now they're still getting picks here. The bubbles are coming out on from the one. They're going to be jumping in here, but that last football is not going to be coming to that basket, I don't believe.
Yeah, it doesn't quite seem it, but this is a very strong push. Like we said, it's so hard to defend. Like, there's still the opportunity for something like this to happen.
Wow. Coming right in from the side with that Brella. Just like I said, I thought it could be a strong option.
More clams, more pushing.
And there's still Gamer coming through. He gets that last one in.
Now, where's the undercover Brella? You know, he's like, if we didn't have spectator mode and a little bit of omniscience, I guess, when it comes to, this is where I would expect the lead to just, or the push to keep going right there. But, you know, like we talked about, this is the map where that happens. The pushes do not stop. It's very Pringles of a map. So Demise, you know, they're gonna have an opportunity to push again too. We'll see what happens. They have 2 power clams.
Both teams have a ton of clams right now, actually.
Yeah, this is just a seafood.
But Demise
right now,
getting the first pick out, so let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Yep, they do. You know, shout outs also to Raziel, you know, Sticks Charger, and he got some pretty key picks already so far in this game. Right now he's going to be juggling clams to make sure these power clams stick around. Morsa, however, is popping that armor in response to the Stingray, or the other round, I can't tell. But this is going to be 3v2 for Demise. This is definitely an opportunity to push, especially if you take out the one. No, you didn't take out, I don't know where the one is. The one is over here. We must take out the one. There we go.
Oh,
nice
wow.
Kill, and this is the kind of opportunity that Demise needs to push forward. They really need to get these picks, and they need to make a push happen, but it doesn't seem to be happening. There's too much happening all the time to really tell what the heck's happening.
These teams just don't care. They are out for blood, and there's just seems to be kill after kill on either side. It's just coming down to these big pushes. Both teams only really need like a push, like the same size push that Demise needs to take to the lead. If Lowkey has one of those in store, which might be coming here, if Lowkey can get a big push off, like they could knock it out. And
I don't know if they have any other clams available to them, really. I mean,
not right now,
all around the basket, but I don't think that Tenebrella Shield's gonna get there in time. Yeah.
Honestly, do you think that one power clam going in might bite them in the back? Because that's gonna give Demise a pity. That could very well come back.
This is gonna give them the means. I mean, but Misa, being apparently what Misa is in this tournament, which is getting lots of picks. The one gets taken out, though. The Tenebrella going down is huge. That is a real game changer, but Gamer is in Demise's base right now. If somebody jumps to him, if a power clam happens, it's just, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Tic Tac being pressured like crazy. He has the power clam. A Tenebrella coming in. Honestly,
2 down.
Just put the clam in the basket.
They broke our barrier, so that means someone snuck around and just said, "I'm going to end the game right here."
I'm trying to sneak around.
and he's not dummy fixed, so it worked out.
It worked. Sneak out.
Misa going off with 12 kills. Raziel put up 15 of his own, but just not able to get the clams through. Not enough objective play, sadly. I think both of those teams had crazy pushes, but I think Lowkey just managed to be a little bit more objective-oriented, find the opportunities to get clams in and stretch out those pushes. They really maximized their offense. Like, whatever picks they got, I feel like they just maximized it so much more than Demise did. And that's just how it goes sometimes on Clam Blitz.
Sorry, people are asking me about the speed ladder. Oh, by the way, you guys should sign up for the tournament next week. Academy Speed Ladder, ISL number 2. It's a really awesome new tournament format. Never seen before in Splatoon. Basically, it's really similar to League mode, right? Like, you get your team and you go onto the website, and there's a button that says Find Match. You click that match, it matches you up with another team in the tournament, and you play a 2 out of 3 tournament set. After the results get reported, you either move up or down in the ranking, and at the end of 3 hours, it kind of just freezes the ranking, the standings right there, and those are going to be the results. It's really cool because unlike other formats like Swiss and elimination brackets or round robin or what have you, there's really no waiting in between matches. There's constantly teams searching and finding new matches. We did our first test event, and we found that teams, for the most part, were finding matches within the first minute of searching. A lot of times it was instant. The most that teams reported waiting was about 5 minutes, which makes sense because that is one of the one of the thresholds of the system is like, hey, if we don't find a match in 5 minutes that's perfectly balanced, we're going to find you one that's almost balanced. So definitely check that out. Discord.io/Academy or smashgg/Academy, and I'm sure that some of the TOs can punch that in the chat. It's going to be a big deal. We have a lot more teams signing up than last time, so the more the merrier. The more teams, the better matches you get. It's good for high-level teams because of how fast it is. Good for low-level teams because of how the skill matching sets you up with other teams of your skill level. But enough of that. Back into the set that basically is grand finals quality of gameplay so far. So we are into game 3. It is game 4. It is 2-1 Lowkey as Demise off to a strong start right now. One pick, Tic-Tac going with the vanilla H3. Apparently he's going kind of nuts.
He is going nuts, and so is the team as they get an early wipe there on Lowkey. Really amazed that you snuck a 2-minute advertisement in there, but anyways, Demise off to a great start here and using their specials already to put a bunch of pressure there. Now it's focusing in on Gamer this thing where he's going to have to use a Blue Bomb to save himself, but how much room will it get him? His teammates are not pushed up there at all. The baller coming in, he's trying to focus on the Slosher now. So much going on, but now Lowkey managing to paint for a bit and get a couple kills actually on Demise there, so this is an opportunity to get back into it before that push gets so far. But
that is going to be a full wipe, so this is definitely going to be map control once the Brellas decide to paint zone, and now this is difficult moment for Demise, right? Like this map, it takes a lot of skill to get back in. I'll just put it that way. This is a hard map to get back in, but it's not an impossible one. It's just that you have to be good. You know, it's not like a choke pointy impossible thing. It's like we have to coordinate specials, we have to watch everything. And speaking of watching everything, Tension, nice blaster play right there. Two members of Lowkey are down. They have not gained the lead yet. And this is looking like it's probably going to be penalty for Demise. It is penalty for Demise. The flank gets called out. Not sure if it gets taken out. And this is going to be at least map control for now. No lead for Lowkey at the moment. Here comes the Inkjet. Haven't seen this in a while. You know, these Inkjet pushes aren't really in the meta because of the long-range weapons, but Tension going for that spawn killing attempt anyway. Doesn't really go that well for him. He doesn't die either, and he gets a kill on the landing, so really good situation for Demise.
Yeah, they really came back quicker. They came back quicker than Lowkey, and that's really important because that means they're going to keep the lead for now. However, Lowkey, right as I say that, just bouncing back and taking down 3 members of Demise, taking the lead there. That's gonna be 2 down for them now, but they should be able to hold it. Morse is doing his best to paint right now as they're just trying to build some points. They almost have gotten rid of the penalty. Morse is just stalling it out right now, waiting to use his armor. They are holding onto their special so they can get another big push going, and I really like that. Now they come out with the Ink Armor and the Booyah Bomb to go down on the side of Demise. Really nice usage of the specials there, because now that's going to open the door to take the lead and even go farther.
Yeah, and there's not that much time left on the clock for Demise. The Stingray is going down right now. Maybe not the most opportunistic time, because it didn't seem to really take anyone out, and people don't really have the specials to follow up. So here comes the missiles. Tic-Tac unfortunately only gets 1 with those 10 missiles, but they are able to push up and get a penalty. That is a little bit surprising how well that worked out for them, but the other team to do it.
I think if you look at DJ over the zone, I think he had a nice push on the enemy team's zone there off screen, if I'm not mistaken, because 2 went down there, and it looked like DJ was the only one really pushed up. Maybe Tension as well. Blaster now going all the way over here to the enemy team's bunker. Kind of has to fall back a bit, especially with these missiles on him, but sneaks by the missiles. Misa sees him, though, so almost a good idea, but Misa's just in the right place at the right time, and they're able to stop Demise before losing the lead. 12-28 here with a minute and a half to go. Demise is going to have to get it together. Misa with a nice pick on the bunker and avoiding Gamer off of there, but gets a bit too aggressive there, extends into the grasp of this blaster Tension. But Demise, they need to work together here. They're kind of falling apart with only a minute left now, but they might not even make it that far if Lowkey can keep control for just a bit longer.
Yeah, Lowkey's starting to build up on some specials. We do see 3, however, available for Demise. Missiles go off. Stingray goes off. That baller should be able to go off soon. The one trying to pop it, but the zone does get taken. But does a penalty happen? It doesn't look like it. Lowkey able to get control again. 4v2 situation, and the timer's going down. Demise not getting what they wanted out of it, and that is going to be the game. A lot of back and forth, but Lowkey is able to take it. 3-1.
Is the game and the set. So wow, I think what we saw there, Lowkey or Demise just got a bit too antsy at the end.